Thank you for joining me today. It's Brian Gubernick, and welcome to the No Days Off podcast, where we believe that every single day brings a new opportunity to get better. I want you to picture this. Your business is in the middle of something really big. Maybe it's a big transition. Maybe it's just a situation that has created a lot of pressure. Maybe it's a very difficult decision you have to make. And while that's going on in your business, at the exact same time, something in your personal life also happens to be going on, happens to your personal life cracks open. Maybe it's a relationship, or maybe it's something going on with your health, or maybe just something with your family. It's not one thing after the other. It's not the business and then the personal. I'm talking about these things going on at the exact same time. That is not, in my opinion, just bad luck. I think, unfortunately, that's just how life tends to work for many of us. You just hear about these situations far too much. There was a recent article I was reading, and in this particular article, they put a number on scenarios like this. Let me better explain. The number said that 56% of workers say that stress at home drags down their performance at work. So more than half of us are saying that stress at home is dragging down our performance in the office. And it also runs the other way. Pressure at work is showing up at home with the family at the dinner table. Now, in this article, it talked about how it studied leaders living through exactly what I just described. And they pulled out 4 tactics or 4 moves that actually work. And I want to walk through them in today's episode because I believe so many of us are faced with the scenario where there is just an awful lot going on in the office. And at the same time, there's a lot going on at home, and they're not independent of one another. It's all at the same time. Now, in terms of the moves, number one, strategy number one. First, admit that it's messy. And here's what I mean. Most of us try to keep these two very distinct and kind of clean divisions or boxes. Work's in one box, personal is in the other box. The reality is, though, it doesn't work that way because a crack in one of those boxes leaks into the other. And if we're pretending it doesn't just, add more than simply pressure, then we're lying to ourselves. So the first tactic is just name what it is you're carrying. I'm tired. I'm grieving. I'm uncertain. Whatever it is. And then reset what maybe good enough looks like right now. In other words, you're not in your best season. This is the season you're in. In the article, one executive that they had followed around was running a major shakeup at work while her long relationship at home was in fact ending at the same time. She was also moving into a new home with her daughter at that very moment. Now, her first move was not to push harder. Her first move was to actually be honest with herself, admit that she was running on empty, because that sort of honesty reset the baseline and it created steadiness where she could actually start to rebuild. Now, the second move is to recover and renew. Okay? Resilience is not gritting your teeth and simply powering through. Resilience is about refilling the tank, but doing so on purpose. In what I was reading, one leader in the article built little, small, tiny rituals to stay grounded. Things like a long walk to clear her head, or other small moments of joy that were carved out with intention, carved out with purpose. Here's the key, though. Resilience isn't willpower. Resilience is actually systems, because willpower, of course, runs out. A system does not. So that same person I was just describing delegated on purpose. It wasn't dumping work, but she was trying to free herself for the few decisions that actually mattered. And so she built small resets for herself, but she also built small resets for her team as well. Tighter agendas. She protected blocks of thinking time. Really, she was creating moments of stability that her team could count on, even while her own life was shifting underneath her. Move number three. Move number three is to ask for help in a way that multiplies. Let me explain, because I think this is one that we could easily get wrong. We think that asking for help means that we're maybe slipping. Well, the research shows it's actually the opposite. Make one ask upward, like one real request to someone above you that frees up your capacity. And that's an incredibly strong first step. Also, make one ask downward. Hand someone on your team full ownership of something, not a task, but actual ownership. And you end up lightening your load and you build that person up at the same time. You also get to frame it as growth and not as a gap. So when she made, in this particular example, one big ask upward, she got the backing she needed to make a hard call that she'd been sitting on for months. And when she handed her team real ownership, where she made that handoff downward, they didn't just hold the line without her, they actually got stronger. And that's the multiplier I'm talking about. Ask for help in a way that multiplies. You ask for the right help and you create room for other people to actually step up and lead. Now, the fourth and final move is to build it into the system. What do I mean? Because you can't be the one holding everything up. In other words, if every decision runs through you, then the moment you wobble, everything happens to wobble. So the leaders in this article, this study, set really clear ground rules. Who decides what? When something gets escalated, and things of that nature. One of them even used a simple rhythm, which was facts, like FACTS, facts first, then what it means, then what to do. And that's how it was outlined. So the work keeps moving even on the days that she couldn't contribute. So facts first, then what it means, then what to do. That was the rhythm she had created. So let's tie this all together. Here's your one move this week. I want you to look at those two asks that I was just describing, because I think it's a pretty cool exercise. Make one request upward that buys you some breathing room. Like, who above you in your world wants to support you and can help create some breathing room for you. And then hand one person below you real ownership of something, the authority and all. Make these two asks, one up, one down. And now you don't have to carry the whole thing alone. And I think the best of the best leaders, they never try to carry it all on their own. So maybe today help someone out there that is dealing with lots going on in their personal world, while at the same time, a lot going on in the office. 56% of workers are saying that stress at home drags them down in the performance at work. But let's accept it. Let's admit that it's messy. Let's recover. Let's renew. Let's ask for help in a way that multiplies, and let's make sure we build it all into a system. This is the way the most tactical leaders operate, and that's how we're going to have a bit more success. That's all I have for you today, the No Days Off podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, every single day brings a new opportunity to get better. So let's get after it.